It's been a plot device used in television shows for decades.
The crew discovers frozen survivors from the 20th century.
They're people. They're people.
What the hell is this place?
Fiction is closer to real life than you may think.
I guess you could say cryonics is kind of like a last-ditch insurance policy, where, if all current attempts to cure aging fail, you can still count on future technology to fix your brain.
Have you ever wanted the chance to live forever? Have you ever wanted to wake up in a different time period in the future? Who knows, with the advancements of modern science, maybe that could be possible through cryogenic freezing. Cryonics is the low temperature freezing and storage of a human corpse or severed head. The hope is that if you froze a body, that person could later be revived in the future. Most of the scientific community considers cryonics a pseudoscience, but that hasn't stopped the rich and famous from wanting to be frozen so that future generations might get to know them as well as we do now. Here's a list of the top 10 biggest celebrities who might be frozen alive. What is gravy? You're watching InformOverload, where we do the news and make the news, apparently. I'm Charlotte Dobre, and I'm coming at you with another saucy list. Are you down? Too bad, I'm doing it. Today we are counting down the top 10 celebrities who might be frozen alive. Subscribe and turn on that bell so you get to see my face every day, and follow the IO team on social media. Alright, let's start things off at number 10, Walt Disney. When you think about famous people who've been cryogenically frozen, the first one that comes to mind is Walt Disney. But it turns out that Walt Disney might not be cryogenically frozen after all, despite what most people believe. He was aware of cryonics. It was a big topic of discussion in the 1960s when he was alive. The official story goes that Disney was reportedly cremated. His death certificate says that. But there was a lot of secrecy surrounding Disney's death, which could be why the reason that he was frozen is so rampant. I even remember my mom telling me when I was young that Walt Disney was frozen, and it totally stuck with me. The theory is that Walt Disney was suspended in a frozen state and buried underneath the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland in Anaheim, California. Creepy. The rumors suggest that Walt Disney wanted to be cryogenically frozen so that he could be revived one day in the future when scientists had found a way to cure cancer as well as bring him back to life. So the might be frozen thing is especially true for Walt Disney, which is why he's not higher on our list. But I will wrap up number 10 by saying that in a 1972 interview, Bob Nelson, president of the Cryonics Society of California, said that Walt Disney Studios inquired about a freezing process just a couple of days before the death of Walt Disney in 1966. Moving right along now to number 9, Cher. Cher is one of those celebrities who's obsessed with the idea of being young forever. Right now, Cher is 73 years old, even though she definitely doesn't look like it, if you know what I mean. According to Radar Online, Cher once told a source that she's become obsessed with cryonics. In 2017, Cher started to put the brakes on her heavy performance schedule. She cancelled concerts in 2017 after getting the flu and Epstein-Barr virus that almost killed her. Later in 2017, she lost her husband, Greg Allman. If I were Cher in 2017, I would be looking into the possibilities of living forever too. So she told people close to her that she wants to preserve her body so that she might be brought back to life sometime in the future. Moving right along now to number 8, Larry King. There are many people who do not believe that there's anything after death. They believe that when you die, that's it. And that's a pretty scary thought. I don't know if I could be one of those people. It's always comforting to believe that life isn't all just like pointless. But one of those people is Larry King, former television talk show host for CNN. He once shocked a group of dinner guests at his Beverly Hills home by saying that he wants to be frozen in the hope that they'll find whatever he died of and bring him back. And guess what? It was all caught on camera as a part of a special on CNN called CNN Presents a Larry King Special Dinner with the Kings. Seth MacFarlane, creator of Family Guy, asked Larry King if he was obsessed with his own morality, to which Larry admitted that his biggest fear is death because he doesn't believe in the afterlife. Not only that, Larry wants only his head to be frozen. I've never understood how that could be possible to revive a beheaded person. They wouldn't have a heart and only a brain, and you need both to live. Who knows, maybe scientists will find a way to upload a person's memories and personality onto a computer. Let's move right along now at lucky number 7, and this kind of tags along to my last point, Seth MacFarlane. Seth MacFarlane is best known for being the creator of Family Guy, The Orville, and he co-created American Dad. Seth is estimated to be worth around $100 million. But have you guys ever heard about the theory that Seth MacFarlane was actually cryogenically frozen in the mid-60s and was brought back to life in the modern age? There are a couple of points that back this up. MacFarlane is known for his misogynistic jokes and songs, like "We Saw Your Boobs." Everyone remember that? And who could forget him as the host of the 2013 Oscars when he joked about Rihanna being beaten by Chris Brown, women who throw up to lose weight, and oh yeah, He called Jennifer Aniston a stripper. Seth is also a very good swing singer. Back in 2011, he did a TV special called Seth MacFarlane Swingin' in Concert that featured classic songs from the 40s and 50s. It's clear Seth really loves music from another time period, and his style of comedy is reminiscent of a 1950s comedian. So the only reasonable explanation is that he was cryogenically frozen in the 1960s and was brought back to life, right? In at 6, we got Simon Cowell, everybody's favorite sourpuss. Simon is mostly known for his icy attitude toward contestants on shows like American Idol, The X Factor, and America's Got Talent. But it turns out that his icy critiques are not all Simon is icy about. In an interview with GQ magazine back in 2011, he said that he wants to be cryogenically frozen. He said, I quote, "It's an insurance policy. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does work, I'll be happy. If it's possible, and I think it will be, why not have a second crack? Does that sound crazy? I think it's a good idea. I have a feeling that if I don't do it now, I could regret this in 300 years' time." I mean, it would be pretty hard to regret something when you're dead, Simon, but I guess I see your point. Halfway there now, at number 5, we've got Ted Williams, Hall of Fame outfielder for the Boston Red Sox. Williams is thought of as one of the greatest hitters in the history of baseball. He was a 19-time All-Star, and when he finished his career, he had 521 home runs under his belt. But that's not all that makes Ted Williams one of the biggest celebrities that might be frozen. He's also one of the 200 people in history who've been cryogenically frozen. After he died on July 5, 2002, his body was taken to the Alcor Life Extension Foundation headquarters in Scottsdale, Arizona, where his body was separated from his head. Ted Williams' body is apparently frozen in liquid nitrogen in 2 different pieces. Ted Williams' head is stored in a liquid nitrogen filled steel can that kinda looks like a lobster pot. Inside, his head is shaved and drilled with holes, and it's apparently also been cracked as many as 10 times from being moved around. In at 4, another sports legend, one of the greatest boxers of all time, if not the greatest, Muhammad Ali. He's regarded as the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time and Sports Illustrated's greatest athlete of the 20th century. Muhammad Ali died from septic shock, but was also suffering from Parkinson's at the time of his death. There's a rumor that Muhammad Ali was frozen like Ted Williams. Muhammad Ali was fascinated with cryonics. He toured a Berkeley laboratory that specialized in bringing frozen humans back to life back in May of 1988. His guide was Avi Ben Abraham, president of the American Cryonics Society, whose specialization is freezing the dead until the day medical science develops so that they can be healed and revived. Ben Abraham was quoted saying, "It's only a matter of time before Ali, who is fascinated by the emerging science of cryonics, will sign up himself for the procedure." In at 3, we got Kris Jenner. Kris Jenner is the head and seemingly mastermind behind the world's most famous family, the Kardashians. Kris Jenner is pretty much credited with making Kim Kardashian famous through the leak of Kim's infamous sex tape with Ray J. And apparently Kris wants to be cryogenically frozen as well. She admitted it on camera. In an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, while the Kardashians were looking at coffins and discussing Kris Jenner's will, Kris Jenner mentioned that she wanted to be frozen. The Kardashians are a super rich family, and they would definitely be able to afford the few $100,000 that's required to participate in full body preservation. But we all know the Kardashians are known for saying and doing crazy things in order to make headlines, so we'll see about that. Next up at number 2, Paris Hilton. American media personality, socialite, DJ, and great-granddaughter of the founder of Hilton Hotels, Conrad Hilton. She's allegedly invested a ton of money in the Cryonics Institute. Apparently she wants her Chihuahua Tinkerbell and her Yorkshire Terrier Cinderella to be frozen with her. Yes, in case you have a few $100,000 on hand, you can freeze your pets too. When asked about cryonics, Paris Hilton was quoted saying, "It's so cool. Almost all the cells in the body are still alive when death is pronounced. And if you're immediately cooled, you can be perfectly preserved. My life could be extended by hundreds of thousands of years." Hundreds of thousands, you say? Well, cryonics haven't been totally successful in humans, so yeah. And at number 1, the biggest celebrity on our list, Britney Spears. Britney Spears had reportedly said that she wants to be cryogenically frozen so she can be brought back to life sometime in the near future. Britney's had an obsession with cryonics ever since someone told her that that's how Walt Disney was preserved. Which, as I said earlier in the video, might not be true, but that didn't stop Britney from looking into it herself. She's reportedly planning on investing around $350,000 in Alcor Life Extensions, the same Alcor Life Extensions that's in possession of the head of Ted Williams. But who knows what she'll actually decide on. She was also rumored to have wanted her ashes to be converted into diamonds after she died. I want a Britney diamond. That'd be nice. There you have it. You just heard the 10 biggest celebrities who might be frozen alive. Are you surprised about the celebrities on this list? Did I miss anyone? Let me know in those comments. Before I leave you, I'm going to respond to some comments from my video Top 10 Celebrities with Fake Instagram Followings. Ariel Britt said, "I love seeing you on my screen, Charlotte. Keep doing what you do." Okay. Gotcha Nadia said, "Your hair looks really good." Nope, not said. I love IO, always spilling the tea and keeping it entertaining. Thanks. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Click this playlist over here to keep watching and leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I'll see you in a future IO video.